Hey folks, welcome back to our Thai build. There's lots going on and also lots of problems to solve as well. You know, later in the episode, I discover something that was just totally overlooked, an entire house feature. See if you can spot it here as I show you around some of this footage. An entire house feature that was just overlooked and never built. So we've got to come up with a plan for that now. Anyway, we're going to start out this morning by moving this big 1,000-gallon tank out of our kitchen up onto the water tower, and then we'll see what else we can get done. So this morning, we can finally get this 1,000-liter water tank out of our kitchen and put it up on the water tower where it belongs. It's almost out of water. We finished draining it. Even when you think they're out of water, if you tilt it over, well, you still get a lot more water out of it. Anyway, they're working on the bathroom here still. The door frame, they're going to be like kind of a sill on top of that door frame. The lintels were poured in the first bedroom, and they're almost totally finished the trim outside. These look like one or two more pieces. So now that tank's out of our kitchen, I want to order like a little kitchen cabinetry, a kitchen unit. They have pre-made like kitchen units here you can get. So I got the sizes for that, and we just decided on final placement of the back door. It's going to be a little over from where we originally wanted it, but that's fine. So since they're basically done the trim, they will start. The next thing is going to be the rain spout. We bought the rain spouts 2 or 3 weeks ago now, and they've been just stored up here in the rafters and all the little parts down there in the back. So they will hopefully this afternoon, maybe we'll come back later this afternoon. Maybe they'll be started on that. We can see what that's going to look like. Another rainy morning. Got pummeled about 6 a.m. Nowhere near as big as last time, but I'm on my way to get some cement products. 2 different kind of cement products we're out of, so I'll go get that. Still early, it's just 8 o'clock. By the time I get those, maybe there'll be a crew there, somebody that can help me unload. So I'm just rolling up to my normal place where I buy this stuff. The big cement warehouse closed. Even Google Maps says they're open, but it says Labor Day may affect opening hours. So today is May 1st, which is Labor Day in most of the world. I don't know if that means everywhere is going to be closed. I'm going to make some calls and see if other places are open before I go anywhere else. Called Mom and Pop. They seem like they're open. Lon's not answering the phone. Being it's Labor Day, I don't even know if the workers are going to come. It's a Friday, so it'd be like a 3-day weekend for people, I guess. I don't know. Might be a washout today. We do have something else to do today, though, and somebody in Patia's just did a renovation, and they got some leftover building materials that they'll donate to us. And I got a friend that's opening up a resort today. Anyway, we got things to do, just not so much maybe on the building front. We'll see. Mom and Pop didn't have the one kind of cement that I need. They had the other kind, though, so I got supposed to get 5 bags. I only got 2 bags. But at least the one that I did get was for the white blocks. I needed the structural concrete. I don't think they need that today anyway, so no big deal, I guess. Just while we were there, it was one of those things I was going to get. Anyway, we'll see if anybody turns up. I don't know, this kind of blindsided me. As soon as I saw the gate closed, when I got up to the place, I thought, oh, that's right. I think it's a 3-day weekend. There's a couple 3-day weekends, or maybe a 3-day weekend and a 4-day weekend in May. There's also a big Buddha day. Anyway, that's what you get this time of year. Finished blocking up this wall yesterday. Still got a decent amount of blocks left. They didn't get to the rain spouts. I see the gutters laying back there. They put all the scaffolding up, though. I saw Sanford on my way in. He's on his motorbike, and he had like a 4-meter piece of lumber that he's carrying while he's on the motorbike. Yeah, so thankfully, all that trim's done. All the whole house buttoned up with all the side roof tiles, so the rain can come off of it. So this little... It was actually a pretty sizable storm we had this morning. See if there's any water next door. But nothing like we had before. What we had this morning is a regular storm. It poured down for about a half hour. The front of our property, I'll show you where we're living. Big, huge puddle. Over here, nothing. No standing water. No standing water at all. So yeah, it's great to get that tank out of our kitchen. Maybe I'll go by and see about ordering the countertop. Getting that started anyway, because that might take a while. It's going to be an L shape, a little L shape little kitchenette right here. And the door will be over here by this blue pipe. And that'll basically just be a little L-shaped thing, a little sink, little counter space. Outside will be the big kitchen, but just a little Western style kitchen inside, couple cabinets, not a big deal. But I want granite countertops. Maybe we can go by. There's a place, they're probably closed today for Labor Day. But I'll try to go by soon and see about ordering the piece of granite, because that's going to have to be cut. I would imagine that might take a while. Lon's made good progress over here. She's almost up to the ceiling level with the blocks. A couple more courses to go there. She's done all that herself. She's done all this front section here herself. But the crew has done the bedrooms, the bathrooms, all that stuff. They've got the lintels in here, and they finished the walls. I showed you that from the outside. And that lintel's done, but they have to block up the rest. They could take the forms off and block that up today easily if they show up for work. I'm just going to put it right there. Cover it up a little bit in case it rains. And then when they get here, they can move it anywhere they want inside. I can't lift it. It's very heavy, those sacks. I don't want to hurt my back. So when I went to the second store, Mom and Pop, I told them the first store was closed. I said, I'm glad you were open because the first store was closed. He goes, yeah, if they open, the police could catch them. Like they're getting in trouble for working. Lon says like factories all have to be closed. But she said like farming and construction is okay to do. So if workers did want to work today, Labor Day, it's not illegal. But it's a pretty serious holiday here, I guess. So I have a feeling we're not going to get anything done today. My friend's opening this place as a pool villa, but we stopped on the way here. We got some freebies. We got some free building materials from a guy. He gave us some insulation, some ceiling lights, and some roof edges. We still got lots of roofs to do, patios and everything else. I guess they call it the gable end where birds can't fly up into the thing. And it's always nice to get some free stuff. The whole back's loaded up with that. And we'll see what this whole pool villa shindig's going to be. Here 5 minutes, I already got a beverage. She's done a really good job tying this all together. Amichi, that's what it's called, Amichi House. Their signs, the grand opening signs. I think originally she was going to rent these houses out by the month. And then after she had the idea of building the pool, turning it into this kind of pool villa thing, it's very common for people on the weekend, especially the Thais, the domestic tourists here, to rent a pool villa over the weekend. So it's just a house away, maybe close by the beach, somewhere different, where they got barbecue, they can barbecue, they got a swimming pool. It serves as their hotel, their recreation, everything. So that's what they have, these kind of places like that, various prices per night depending on the location. We have a lot of them where we live, in the community we live, we have a lot of them. This community, not so much because we're kind of out here in farmland, rural Pattaya, but that means it's a little cheaper than you would find elsewhere. If this was in Pattaya somewhere, it would be double the price. Anyway, we'll have a little bit of an afternoon here, have some food, some drink, and wish them well for their grand opening of Amichi House. Pig was good. They had plenty of food, plenty of drink, big turnout here. I think everybody enjoyed it. Pretty nice. I like the big cowboy hat. That's like the center feature. It provides a roof for the shade. I didn't understand the purpose of it, but that brim of the hat actually provides a big shade to the patio over there, which they've enjoyed eating and drinking under. So all good. Beautiful pool, saltwater pool, 3 meters by about 10 meters. I don't think I need 10 meters. I'd probably be good with 7 or 8. Anyway, we'll enjoy the rest of our Labor Day here, and then back to work tomorrow morning, back on the grind. It's like a 3-alarm headache day today. I just had about 10 things thrown at me at once. Anyway, it's the end of the week. What did we get accomplished? Well, the second bedroom, the front bedroom here, basically done in terms of all boxed in. Of course, they got to put the windows in and all that, but all the block work, you could say, for the second bedroom, completely done. The master bedroom, he's got the window panel yet to do, and he's working on the inner walls of the bathroom now. I had to go over where I want the ledge. We're going to put the double row of blocks in the bathroom so I can set little soap and shampoo and all that stuff. So I had to show him where that's going to be. On one side, there's not enough room for a ledge, so it's only going to be on the one side. Anyway, that's good enough. I'm not picky. I'll be one on the side of the toilet. So that all worked out. That's one problem solved. The rain spout, there's some problem with the rain spout. I don't know what it is yet, but the guy's not here today. This really turned out to be a 4-day weekend. So yesterday was Labor Day. Then today's Saturday, tomorrow's Sunday, the regular weekend. And then Monday is what they call Coronation Day. So really, it's a 4-day weekend here. And that's why even yesterday when we were on our way to Pattaya, the traffic coming down, people coming to the shore points down here in Rayong, it was mobbed. It was stop and go traffic on Sukhumvit Road going east. Big 4-day weekend. And it just kind of, I don't know, it kind of slipped my mind. And then I thought it was only a 3-day, and it turned out to be a 4-day. So that's why things aren't getting done. I did get a chance today and go by, yesterday they were closed, but I did go by the kitchen counter, the place that sells granite for the kitchen counters. Now, they had some beautiful granite there. I'm not really that picky on it. I think a lot of it looks good. It's not like I'm after a certain type of strain of it or whatever. You'll know that your finer granites come from Italy, and they have Italian granite there. But for about a third of the price, they have Indian granite. Nice, about 1 inch thick pieces. Inch thick. The one that I think looks pretty cool, it's a darker color. I like a contrast, so I like a darker granite. It's going to contrast with maybe lighter, maybe white, or light wood colored counter cabinetry. I only need about 3 meters. I drew up the kitchen, a very simple little kitchenette. It's not a great big elaborate Western kitchen. No, we don't have room for that, but the big elaborate kitchen will be out back. Gas stoves and all, but just inside the counter and a sink and a place for an air fryer and that kind of stuff where I cook. I need about 3 meters, 3 square meters of granite. It's actually less than that. And that amount of granite is about 4,000 baht, about $125. Now, that's not include cutting it. It's still got to be cut. I got to cut the hole in there. Not I, but they have to cut the hole in there for the sink. It's got to, the end cuts have to be done. So there's some labor involved with that. In fact, it'll probably cost almost about the same amount to cut the granite as it is to buy it. But I think this is a good option. It looked nice. Let me know what you think. I'll show you the Indian granite. Now, I'll show you a lighter color like this bronze, got some white mixed in it. That's Italian granite. That's about 3 times as much. So that would be for the amount that I need. Let's just say that would be 12,000 baht. But even for the Indian granite, and I went there by myself, but Lan thinks that that's a total ripoff. She goes, "Oh, it's so high, I can get a meter for a 500 baht." I don't know where she's going to get this. Stay tuned. Sometimes she's not comparing apples to apples and oranges to oranges. She's going to show me something paper thin about as thickness as a floor tile or something like that. Not inch thick, real granite. Be it from India or Italy or wherever. But anyway, I think that's a good compromise. Without breaking the budget, $120 for a little granite countertop in there. I mean, at that price, I might even do the side. I'll take you inside, show you where this is going to be. It's going to be L-shaped. Maybe I can even just do the side like a waterfall type piece of granite. That's only going to be an extra, 1,000 or so baht. I don't know, $30 or $40. So that's going to go over in this corner. Of course, that will be that wall will be blocked. The door is going to be over here by this pipe. But right over here in this corner, that'll be a corner, will be like an L-shaped piece, a little over 1.5 meters by 1.5 meters. And that's where it will go. And on that side, which would be the side you see when you first come into the kitchen, I could make that fascia, that side like a waterfall granite. Be that nice dark granite. We're going to have light colored walls like a white or an off-white. So I think it would go good because it's dark and it's got some like off-white texture in it. So I was pleasantly surprised with that. But we'll see. We'll go to this other bigger store. Not that this one I went to is a small store. It's probably on a rye of land. The next issue, I don't know. It's an issue. I don't know what you call it. But they've basically got both the bathrooms blocked up. Oh, they're still working on it, but I mean, they're both about 80% blocked up. And it just occurred to me there's no roof over the bathroom. So the plans of the house have a little part that juts out. That's the bathroom in the back here. It juts out. You can actually see it. That's the jut out right there. That part juts out from the rest of the house. Not that much, about 1 meter. And clearly see the foundation juts out, everything juts out the floor, except the roof. The roof just covers the house, and there's a 1 meter overhang all the way around. There's supposed to be some little roofs, just like the one in the front. They never built, when they framed up the roof, when they were doing all that, they framed up that little part in the front. That was the last thing they did. Actually, it was during that period that they were doing some really flaky stuff to build her. And then we just said, hey, you're caught up on your payments. That's all. We don't need it anymore. Without realizing they never did this. And we really didn't understand that it was a miss until they put the blocks up and there's no roof. So that's us. That's us not knowing what we're doing. But at the same time, it's still something that has to be done. Good news is we have the opportunity to still do it and do it right. So we just need another roof just like that little one put over there on that back part. I don't see that being a big deal. We have all the roofing stuff. I'm not sure about the fascia, whatever. We'll look around and see if we got any of that. Anyway, that might be something we have to order. But to actually get the roof done with the steel, the roofing material, etc., we have all that. So I can almost, at this point, solve another problem. And that is, well, how many more blocks do we need? We'll start with the gray. All the gray blocks are done except for what you see up here to finish up the last couple courses there in my office, which isn't many. I can basically go around and count them. And we've got more than enough for that. We've still got a big stack out here. So we got all those and all those. So gray blocks are fine. We don't need any more gray blocks. The white blocks, however, that's everything left to do. All these walls, to finish this entire wall over here, that's going to be all white blocks. And then the big wall that's not done is this one. This entire wall is going to be white blocks. Now there's a window and a door in this wall, so it's not all white blocks. And then to finish the bathroom, which really this could have been gray blocks here. Doesn't matter. I misspoke. The bathrooms could not have been done with the gray blocks. They had to be done with the white blocks because they're the waterproof blocks. The gray, you'd have to, you have to coat it with something. You don't want to do it with gray blocks. You either want to do it with these special red blocks or these white blocks are fine. These white blocks will actually float in water. If you drop one in a big, here, I'll show you. So, of course, everybody knows a normal, regular, gray cement block, cinder block, whatever you want to call it, would sink. But here, with the white block, yeah, unlike its concrete brethren that absorb water, these repel water, which enables it to float. So I was thinking, well, they wasted the white blocks and we could have had enough. I wouldn't have had to order it, but I forgot they were bathrooms. They're on the ball. I think about maybe 200 more. 200 more white blocks. Next week's another week. I mean, we're starting out next week on the 4th. And they said we'd all be closed in by the 10th. It's really starting to look that way. Because to get closed in, it's that back kitchen wall and then the little remaining parts they got. I think that's by like next Friday. I think it's definitely plausible. So it looks like that goal will be met, hopefully. Monday is, again, another holiday, but I don't know. Maybe they'll work. I'm not sure. But there's a lot of other things I like to get done next week, but we'll see. But assuming we get closed in by the end of next week, that's going to give us about 50 days to do all the inside work, to render all the trim work, the electrical, put in the plumbing fixtures, the kitchen cabinets, all that stuff. So that's still a long row to hoe, but it's moving in the right direction. I mean, I don't think it's beyond the realm of possibilities. I think it's highly probable, as long as we keep a good amount of workers coming in every day. And of course, we have to have the weather cooperate with us. I think there's another string of holidays later in the month that might be further delays. Lon's son might come back. He's going to do so. I think he's going to make the gate. He might make that roof, because he's a welder. He does all that. He could do that roof blindfolded. I don't know. Some of these things are a big deal to me, like when I walk into a bathroom, look up and see the sky and sunshine. But not so much to Lon. She kind of gets in the zone building things. I say, hey, there's no roof over the bathroom. She goes, yeah, I know. We'll take care of it. I can do that. Yeah. She says she can do everything. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, so far so good. There are just everyday little problems to solve. So I'm hoping as we draw toward the end, every day the daily problems become fewer and fewer, as we'll have solved so many. That may be naive, I'm not sure. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the episode. Something else next time, but for this one, I gotta leave it off right here. And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.